So I didn't exactly think through this whole pajama thing when I decided that's what I was going to do this week for content because I don't actually have like a week's worth of pajamas. And usually I just wear like the same one for like, 3 or 4 days and then wash and do the things. So we're getting repeats of pajamas, but I washed them between, not that you could tell. And you probably wouldn't have even noticed that, I've already worn these if I hadn't pointed out. So that's my bad. But yeah, pajamas again, I nothing whatsoever to do with what we're doing. It just makes me feel a little bit weird, honestly, that I'm wearing pajamas on the interwebs. But, hey, that's a thing. I've enjoyed not putting on real clothes all week. And so I thought, why put on real clothes to do this? So, yeah. So again, nothing to do with any of the things that we're doing today. And I will tell you what we are doing today in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You're at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things. And today we are making the roller bottle-y things for day 270 of 365 days of soap. Now, roller bottles, I have them in the line for the Zodiac soaps. And they have like all the soaps have an accompaniment roller bottle with essential oils that are meant to augment signs, positive traits, and sort of dampen the negative ones. And it's been a lot of fun. Lots of research went into what essential oils to use, all of the aromatherapy, all the fun stuff. And we're going to talk about that today, as well as some of the tips and tricks that I have picked up along the way if you are interested in creating your own essential oil roller bottle things. So let's go check that out.
Now, essential oil roller bottles, you don't have to do this putting in of the botanicals thing. I do, A, because it's pretty, and 2, because I wanna, is the whole thing. I mean, also, like, in this particular instance, we're using rosebuds, right? But also, you can put all kinds of cool botanicals in the roller bottles that will then help out with the, the carrier oil and the essential oils that you put in. Going to extract all the coolness from the botanicals that you put in. And so like the rosebuds, the rose, yes, and lavender. We also use lavender. We use chamomile. We use calendula. All kinds of fun things that you can put in, which again aids in the essential oil roller bottle thingy, but also they just look pretty. I mean, doesn't that look pretty? That's beautiful. And ultimately, that was the real reason why we put botanicals into the Zodiac roller bottles, because they look pretty. Because for each of the Zodiac roller bottles that we do, we have a very specific essential oil blends that go into them to sort of augment each sign's sort of positive traits and help combat or keep at bay the more negative ones. And so the botanicals that we put in, they're not really factored into that equation because we dialed in all of the essential oil blends so much with the, formulations. But that is beautiful. And so, we do that for the beginning of all of the essential oil roller bottles. Now, next up is the carrier oil. Now, I heat my carrier oil to around 180 degrees or so before putting them into the bottles. And the reason I do that is because, again, I want to loosen up all of the different fatty acid chains in the carrier oil, but as well as, loosening up the essentials as well. So everything can mix really, really nicely. And another bonus of having, warm oils that are going into this is that it is going to start extracting things from the botanicals. And so, yay, awesome. And I actually do let this sit. Once I filled up all the roller bottles, I let these sit for about 10 minutes at heat until I put in the essential oils, before I put in the essential oils. And that's just, my preference. I do the same thing for the beard oils and all the other things. And so honestly, I think it's just a way for me to walk away from the process, because this is one of those tedious things. And so I'm forcing myself to take a 10-minute break so I don't scream, really. But also, it's good. Let it steep. It's like a good tea. Now, as I said, all of the different essential oil roller bottles, they all serve different purposes for each sign of the zodiac. And we put a lot of research into the entire development of the zodiac line, because again, we wanted the soaps and we wanted the soaps to speak to each sign, but also we want the essential oil roller bottles to speak to and to aid the signs, and again, their positive traits and their negative, all the things. Like, for example, the Gemini, which I think I might be doing right now. As a Gemini, I'm super talkative, I'm super communicative, I'm well read, but my brain moves a million miles a minute. And so by the time whatever I am talking about is actually out of my mouth, my brain has already moved on to the 13th thing that it's thought of. And so my essential oil, the Gemini essential oil blend, is meant to sort of help me focus, help Geminis in general focus and continue the conversation at hand and not be looking for, the next conversation. And so for that reason, there's a lot of basil, there's a lot of bergamot, there's some grapefruit in that, just to, again, help clear and focus. Now, with all the research that went into this, a lot of this is stuff that I kind of already knew, because, so growing up, I had an aunt that was woo-woo. I'm not super woo-woo, but she was woo-woo, and now she's not woo-woo anymore. She's more like whoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. She's gone to different paths now, but when I was growing up, she was just normal woo-woo. And so she would teach us about cool new essential oils whenever we would be at the house. And I mean, not cool new essential oils, but she would teach us about essential oils when we'd go visit, and it was very cool. And so I picked a lot of that stuff up. Also, I have multiple books, and so I do recommend, if you're going to be working with aromatherapy as well as reparative type stuff with essential oils, definitely pick up books on essential oils and check them all out, because they all do a lot of really cool things. But you also have to be careful with essential oils and usage rates, and that's why I am literally putting everything in with droppers, and you measure everything out by drops, because you cannot go past those usage rates for essential oils for a lot of them without running into problems. And so we do that thing, we measure everything out. And once everything has been, all of the essential oils have been put in, again, using droppers, you are counting the drops, doing all the things, you're staying within the measurements. I stay, I think, 1% for everything, and that still makes it a very potent blend in these little roller bottles. So I think no more than 20 drops go into each of these little containers, which is still pretty significant when you're dealing with essential oils. Now, Mr. Soap and Clay made this cool thing to put the caps on, because putting those things on suck. The rollers, ugh, not fun. And so he made this cool thing so I don't actually have to put my hand on top of it and, just get to pop them on. It's really nice. And so that's the Virgo one. And the Virgo one has really cool stuff to help be more analytical and calm the nervous system. So the Virgo has patchouli and chamomile and stuff like that. And Scorpio is a very interesting one. I put in that one geranium as well as some, what else do I put in that one? Jasmine goes in there, as well as some ylang ylang. and I think some patchouli as well to help out with also calming the mind. And I think the Scorpio one is named like wit, right? And Cancer is named dream. And again, they're all created to help, again, augment positive traits of a zodiac, of a sign, and sort of diminish their negative ones. And then, yeah, once the rollers are on, you give them nice little shakes, roll them up and down, make sure everything's worked in really well. And that's the end result. They are absolutely beautiful. And, you know, you put labels on them, do the things, but that's just, they're beautiful as is. I love essential oil roller bottle thingies. They're fun, even though they're hard to say. Essential oil roller bottle. Yeah, that is day 270, the essential oil roller bottle.
And there they are, the essential oil roller bottle blends. Now, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to it. Biggest thing, you want to make sure you have a good carrier oil that is capable of actually absorbing all the essentials. Yes. Second, heat that carrier oil up for sure. It actually helps the essential oils merge and mingle and do their thing inside the carrier. Yes. Also, pay attention to your max percentages of essential oils when you are doing, a roll-on product. For the essential oil roller bottles that I make, I recommend using them on pulse points, and so your temples as well, and down your spine. And it helps out with all of the things. Aromatherapy is a very cool thing, and for anybody who, is interested in doing it, here's some tips and tricks. Now, if you're interested in the essential oil roller bottle blends, you can totally find them for a limited time, actually. We announced something the day after Christmas, and we are actually discontinuing all of the site, essentially. And so, yeah, they'll be available for a minute. So if you're interested in them, you can find them at soapandplay.com. For more soapy content and seeing what we are replacing our over 300 products with for 2021. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. That would be cool, because the end of the year may be upon us, but the end of the 365 Day of Soap project, that's not until April. So we've still got time. Subscribe. That would be awesome. For those of you who are subscribed, hey, thank you. You're awesome. And you're the reason why I'm thinking about a year two. So, if you're interested in a year two, drop a note in the comments, and that helps me figure out whether or not this goes on. This is going to go on, but yes. And thank you again for joining me for another round of 365 Days of Soap. As always, I appreciate all of you. I'm out of here for today. I'm going to go play with the kids, and it's going to be a great time, and still loving my vacation life. Bye.